Hey guys, so we just wanted to do a quick little video just talking a little bit about the hesitations and the common objections that we get all the time, because we come across so many people who we share this business opportunity with and they think it's so amazing, all these things, they tell us their goals, they say what they want to see in the next 5 years, and then they literally change their mind because they've talked to themselves and then talked themselves out of it. And literally everyone's had this same shared experiences in terms of what's holding them back. So we just want to talk a little bit about them. So the very first thing is I have too much on my plate. I have no time. I'm already so stressed or overwhelmed in my life, and I could never see myself putting more into my life. So Jess, talk a little bit about that.
That was me, because this was maybe the fourth thing I took on. I was working in retail, I was working at a daycare, I was tutoring, and I was just wondering, where am I going to fit this into my life? But because I could work it whenever I wanted and from wherever I wanted, I was able to fit it into any time of the day.
So we usually say that this is the type of business you fit in the nooks and crannies of your life, because it's not like you're clocking in, you don't have a boss, no one's going to call you up and say, hey Sandy, did you do this today, or did you go here, or did you talk to this person, or whatever. No one is going to be on top of you, right? Like, this is the type of business that you have your own personal goals. We're here to coach you, but at the end of the day, you do everything in your own schedule where you make it work. There is no perfect scenario. Sometimes you're going to work this a little bit more, sometimes you're going to work it a little bit less, and that's the beauty of this, because you are your own boss.
Yes. If you have too much on your plate right now, what is your plate going to look like in a year, in 5 years? Like, what are you going to do to take a little less off? And this is what our vehicle is, to do that, to give us more of that time. Okay?
And we get it though, because timing is truly everything. I had been approached by this business model before, and ironically, it was when I had my son, when I was the busiest in that transforming from being just a wife to now being a mom and figuring out that dynamic. I was busy too. So for me, timing was everything, but everyone's timing is truly different. So we've all been there. So if you're considering this, just think, just like you said, if your plate's full now, what's it going to be like later? So we do these things now so we have more time. Another thing is, I want to be able to give it 100%. Think about your job. Like, are you giving 100% at your job? Probably not, because you're working for somebody else. But imagine now if you're doing this for yourself, like you're working your own business. You own it. So I'm sure you're going to want to put more effort to something that is yours.
Right.
Right?
And nobody starts this putting in 100% anyways. This is something that is part-time. You fit it on the side. Nobody quits their job for this.
Nobody does.
It's like impossible, actually. It wouldn't make sense. If later it exceeds your full-time income, then you have a choice of whether or not you want to quit your job. But nobody puts their 100% unless you find out after that, it is worth my 100%, and it is.
Totally. Another thing is, I don't have the money. So most people, when they want to do a business like this, it's because they don't have enough money and they want money. I know that was my situation. You're working 4 jobs, so clearly your motivation was money. Everybody wants more money, but we're often just trading time for money. So this is the opportunity to leverage your time to, you're going to be working a little bit more now, making those sacrifices now, so that later you don't have to work so much.
Yeah.
Right? So just think, if you don't have the money now, will you ever have the money? And this is literally the smallest investment ever that could literally change your life. It could retire you from a job that maybe you don't love that much. It can give you more choice that if you have part-time jobs like Jess, it can alleviate that other part-time job for you.
Yeah.
And, if you have kids, that could be extra money to pay for extracurriculars. It could be a little bit more money at the end of the month to save and maybe spend on yourself, maybe go on a vacation, whatever it is. It could be whatever for you. And I'm sure you know other people who suffer from time and money as well.
Yes. The next one is, I don't want to be salesy. Okay?
This one's huge.
Neither did we. We didn't get into this to sell products.
No, I don't like to sell products
Yeah.
at all.
We're all we're doing is we're educating people. We're sharing what we're using now that is different, that is healthier, and we're using them anyways. Before this business, we were using the products anyways. We were buying them from somebody else. We're showing people that they can build time and financial freedom by shopping from their own store, by redirecting their spending, right? We are empowering people and just inspiring people that to show them that they can do and have so much more, like simply by doing something like this. It doesn't have to be Arbonne, but Arbonne made so much sense for us, right?
And I love this so much about people being salesy, because at the end of the day, we are all salespeople. If you notice, companies are now going to everyday people who are becoming influencers and encouraging them to post about their product and all of that, whether or not they use it or not, but just sharing it, because other people are going to look at them and say, oh, so Susie's doing this or Amanda's doing this, and they're going to have that trust in you, and they would rather buy from you than from Beyonce in a commercial or Jennifer Aniston in a commercial saying that they use L'Oreal or Aveeno or whatever it is, right? So
you're more authentic.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, people would they trust you more.
Yeah.
So if you're using stuff and you're sharing it because you love it, and you're going to be supporting that company forever, you are really just being a salesperson for free, and we don't even realize it. Yeah. Just think about Disney Plus, okay? So that was huge. Every single person on social media was influencing their friends who are following them to purchase Disney Plus. They literally broke records because of that. They barely advertised. It was us who were promoting it. So just think about if you were doing that for yourself, right? So that's what it comes down to, is we're just showing people how to change where they shop and promote themselves instead of supporting other brands. And a lot of times people are so skeptical because they don't want to share on social media. You do not have to share on social media. Arbonne has been around for 40 years. There are people at the top of this company that got there without social media.
Didn't even exist.
Without any of that stuff. So if you are hesitating because you feel like you need to support the brand by posting on social media, that's totally up to you, and how you want to run your business is completely up to you, and that is the best part of owning your own business.
I don't think anyone will join me, okay?
Or I don't know anybody.
Or you don't know anybody, right? There are people that you meet every single day that you don't even know yet, right? And this is about wanting to change, yourself, and wanting to build yourself and grow yourself. People are going to join you because they see that shift in you, right? And it's like personal development too, disguised by products, okay? So Arbonne checks off all of the boxes that people are looking for anyways. They just don't realize that this is the vehicle. They don't realize that this is what's behind it all, right? People are talking about not having enough time every single day, right?
Or being stressed out and exhausted.
Yes, looking forward to the weekends, right? And trying, they almost indirectly tell you about why they hate their job. And this is our vehicle, right? So the people that you talk to every single day, the people that you are recommending things to, those are the people that you inspire every day.
Totally. And the last thing that I want to talk about here is that, if we've talked about this to you, or if you've heard somebody who's been in Arbonne before and it didn't work for them, at the end of the day, someone else's success or not being successful shouldn't dictate your success. And that is huge. If you want to learn about this business or hear about the pros or the cons or whatever it is about a business, speak to somebody who is in that business. If you want to buy a house, you're going to speak to a real estate agent. You're not going to go talk to somebody down the road just and hear their opinion about a bad experience with buying a house. You're going to choose a professional.
Same thing when you're sick and you go to the doctor. That's the professional.
Yeah, we're not going to go on Dr. Google and try to self-diagnose
Some people
us,
do
right?
that.
So at the end of the day, go to somebody who's had the success. And there are so many success stories, you guys. Look on the road for some white Mercedes-Benzes that have the Arbonne symbol or an inspiring license plate, because that is proof on the road that this business is working and changing people's lives, right? These success stories and our 30-day transformations, those are all proof that this works.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the business, the compensation plan, the product, everything's the same. The only difference is you.
Totally. So stop with those limiting beliefs, you guys, and you can do absolutely anything. And yeah, ask your questions. If we've reached out to you, reach out to us and we will help you guys out.